Thank you. Hello. I'm Brooke. That was my cartwheel. I just did that. I don't know why. I feel like if I try extra hard, people will like me. I'm codependent. I don't know if y'all are familiar with what that means. Basically, it means I do need you to laugh. I have no actual sense of self. Like, I wake up every morning and I check Facebook so I can find out how I'm doing. Being codependent is hard, especially in school. I took geography, but I had no idea what a boundary was. Thank you, Mom. And then I'm in Codependence Anonymous now. Thank you. They have a 12-step program for people that need people to do what they want them to do. It's hard because you actually can't control people. Did you know that? You all did already. I drove all the way to Texas last year to go to a Codependence Anonymous convention, all the way to Texas, so I could get deeper into the 12 steps. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Texas, but apparently all they do there is the 2-step. That's actually a buffalo, a step ball change. I don't know how to 2-step, but I can. Cartwheel and stuff. Okay. Very good. Being a codependent, I attract really bad people, right? Fixer-uppers, you could say. I like a good reno. I'm going to make this way better than I found it, right? My ex was like a salvage car. I don't know if you're familiar with what a salvage car is, but they've been totaled. They've been broken. Right? They'll have panic attacks on the interstate. It's hard. It's very fun. It's fun. I also make a lot of mistakes. Any of you guys? You make mistakes? I didn't do this today, but sometimes I'll put oil on my hands and then I'll do handstands on wood floors. I take risks. Wow, like this outfit. Any of y'all have hobbies? I think it's a white person thing to have a lot of hobbies. I do macrame, which is like a lot of knots. And then sometimes I would make booby traps for my feet. I don't know if that ever happens. You're crafting and you're doing dabs, and next thing you know, you face plant into your yoga mat. Okay. Cool. I also tried bowling for a little while. Anyone like to bowl? Yeah, there was a strike, so then there was no more bowling. Yeah. Also, I would collect those miniatures. It'd be like a miniature chair with a miniature bear, and then you'd put it in the miniature shelf. I grew out of that hobby, as you do, with miniatures. I even had a miniature bowling ball, and on it said, "Macrame is not hard." I just tried to tie the jokes together. That's all I was trying to do there. Please like me, you guys. I established that's very important. Anywho, I'm Brooke. I'm the host. This is Babes in Joyland. Yes. Thank you. I've been doing this show for a few years, and now I'm bringing it to YouTube, to TikTok, wherever you can just look at us on your phone, and the joy is contagious. Right? I might inspire you to hula hoop, stand on your head, do cartwheels, or even dye your hair. I call this Babes in Joyland because everyone on the show is a certified babe. Yes, and I'm very excited for y'all to meet them. And then, yeah, we'll also record a podcast so you'll get to know them a little bit more. Are you ready for your next comedian? All right. all the way from Omaha, Nebraska, specifically Millard West, and now college. Please put your hands together for Charles Wurtele. What? No cartwheel?
Yeah, it's good to be back here in Omaha. Actually, I don't know why I said that. I never left. I just want to see what it feels like to say that. Kind of miserable here a little bit. I've been trying to get more active on social media recently. I just downloaded Facebook for the first time, and first thing I see when I get on the app, everyone was in like a mass panic because they found out Dino Nuggets contain high amounts of heavy metals. And when I heard this, I was like, there's no way that a breaded chicken breast can shred that hard on guitar. Like, it's impossible. A little delayed. Everybody stop and picture Ozzy Osbourne as a chicken tender. Just some food for thought for you guys. You get it? All right, look, I know you guys already like hate me. I'm aware I look like I play Xbox and yell at my mom. I look like I earned a Medal of Valor in the Battle of Fortnite. I'll tell you guys, though, underneath all this, I really am a deep thinker, okay? Like, I just turned 20, so I'm getting a little older. I'm getting a little wiser. To you guys, I'm not that old. I know it sounds stupid when you hear me say that. But the oldest I've ever been is like, I don't know, right now, like now. And something I'm starting to notice is I'm starting to get more critical of the movies that I watch. This is a hard side effect. Like, did you guys see the movie Cocaine Bear? Yeah. It's a movie about a bear that took a bunch of cocaine and killed a bunch of people. Now, I've never taken cocaine, but I don't think that's how it works, okay? The movie should have just been the bear, like, talking way too loud and scuttling across his room, cleaning and doing laundry. That's realistic. They released another movie later on in the year called Cocaine Shark. But I kind of understood that one because they say when a shark's attacking you, to give it a bump on the nose. At that point, why didn't they just call it Jaws 2 Electric Boogaloo? Yeah? That's God, I'm so good. Genius idea. But here's my even more genius idea for the cocaine animal franchise cinematic universe. It's Cocaine Sloth. It's a sloth that takes cocaine but just moves at a normal speed. He's just not slow anymore. God, it's genius. Followed by its sequel, Cocaine Turtle. I'm in college right now, and I live at home with my parents, which is weird because my parents are old, and they're doing weird old people stuff now. Like my mom just bought a gun. I guess that happens, which is weird because like my entire life, my mom has been like religious about hating guns. And like she wouldn't let me play track because she thought the start of the race was too violent. Like they don't even do that anymore. Like I don't think they just go, and then you go. And she didn't buy like a little pea shooter. She bought a .44 Magnum. Like what are you, Clint Eastwood? Can have dessert when you finish your vegetables. Put on your nice sweater for church, punk. And I asked her, I was like, why did you buy this gun? And she goes, somebody stole my Amazon package off of the porch. I was like, what was in that gun? Or what was in that box that could possibly warrant you buying a gun? There we go. And she goes, well, it was a 2-piece pajama set with puppies on it. And like the entire time she was telling me this, I was just like picturing her search history, like dog pajamas, flowers, .44 Magnum, succulents. Get just all this. And I was like, do you even know how to use this? Because she was just waving it around like no tomorrow. And then she goes, yeah. And I go, show me like your stance for the gun. And this is, I swear, this was her stance. She goes, I was like, where did you learn that from? Like a stormtrooper or something? My gosh. And when you're living back at home with your parents, a lot of weird memories start to come back. Like I remember getting in trouble a lot when I was younger, and I never got in trouble for anything cool. I always got punished for like bad crimes. And this one time I got in trouble with the cops for following too close. Pussy crime, right? That sucks. I mean, I hit the back of this car, and this cop comes up to me, and he's like, "Do you know why I'm here today?" And I was like, yeah. He's like, I want to give you a ticket for following too close. And I was like, officer, listen. Because he had like the same sense of humor as like a staircase. So I was like, I want to throw in a joke. And I go, officer, listen, the only thing I've ever followed too close is Game of Thrones. And then that joke was so bad, he actually upped my charges. So I had to go to a juvenile corrections class. And I was in this class with 3 other people, and I was like, I should not be in here. Like, this is like, feels like an over punishment. And we had to go around and say why we were there. And the first kid was like, my name's Keyshawn. I was carrying a firearm. And the second kid was like, my name's Tyler. I'm here for arson. I burned a house down. I was like, oh no. All these guys have cool crimes. Mine sucks. And they go, Charles, why are you here? And I was like, following too close. They're like, what? I was like, following too close. And the kid next to me turns and goes, man, I knew it was something gay like that. Still on my record. All right. That's going to be my time, I think. Give it up for Mara. Give a huge round of applause for your next comedian. Mara B. Yeah.
This is when you pretend there's like a great song lining me up. Guys, let's put our hands together for Charles. Yeah. He's my little brother. We just let him out like a few weeks ago. He's doing so good at assimilating into society. He got all these stories from watching Cocaine Bear. It's been insane. Just kidding. I am a mom. I am a lot of things. And like the most important thing I like to talk about from the get is like I like to buy a pair of athletic shorts a size up. You know, so I can easily itch the north and south end of my crack. It's just one big smile down there. Just want to get in quick. And I think this is good. And like this is like something that my OB/GYN would be so pumped about. And I really love her. She really puts the G in OB/GYN. Yeah. I really want, like, please be my friend if you see this on TV. And like, she makes me feel very comfortable. So I have an IUD. No, Charles, that is not a bomb. That is an IED, but this pussy is bomb. She shot out two children, so we're really killing it, as they say. But like an IUD is birth control, and just a little education. So it goes into your cervix, which is a T, and then there's a string at the end so that someone can yank it out when you want to have kids. It feels like a yank. I just got and so, and like sometimes, so the string has to be long enough. Sometimes your partner can feel that during sex. No big deal. Your doctor can go in there and trim it. My doctor had to go in twice to trim mine, and she was like, nice. And that makes me feel really good. But my best friend, she is like on me so bad. She's like, I need you to take your vagina health into your own hands. And I do. She's like, no, I want you to like get a mirror and look down there. I'm like, I'm never doing that. Like, let's just put it this way. I am the Stevie Wonder of my pussy. I can't see it, but I can play it real good. And blindly, I could sculpt just like an exact replica of it and send it off to my husband, just signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. And he would just be like, what's happening? And like all this to say, I love my OB so much. She makes me feel so comfortable. I've literally like given birth twice. I have no shame to an audience with strangers as much as here tonight. But I am still like very nervous to ask her these questions. For example, based on the IUD information, do you know who has the biggest dick in Omaha? This is the tea I need in my life. I won't tell anybody. Or like, based on like my hair color and hygiene, is there any perks to being a fire crotch? Like a crazy meter. Or like, should I be conditioning my pubic hair? Or like a beard oil? I don't know. But like all this to say, if you see me in a beautiful flowy dress, I have a yeast infection. They're not contagious. So I've given birth twice, and one of my spawn cannons, spawn that came out of my cannon is awesome. I love her so much. I tried to wipe snot from her nose the other day, and she's like, Mom, I was still eating that. Free snacks. I was like, she loves me. She's so sweet. She likes to write songs about me. She's like, Mommy, I just wrote you a song. And it goes like this. She goes, I love my mom. Then I don't. I love my mom. And then I don't. It gets really punky. Her album, Mommy Mayhem, is coming out soon. It's going to be on all your favorite devices, streaming platforms, Spotify, favorite singles like I Don't Love You Anymore, Mom, and You're a Naughty, Naughty Daddy. We have this lizard, and it eats mealworms, and it's creepy. They're like this all the time, and when we feed this worm, she's like, eat the fucking worm, eat their ass racks, eat their ass racks, eat the fucking worm. And like my husband and I are trying to feed it, and it's like on the thing like this. And I wouldn't change anything I'm doing. She's using gender neutral language, killing it. And so it's all good. But like so I took her to the zoo because we love lizards, we love animals. And when we went to the zoo, you plan ahead, okay? 7 P's. Prior proper planning prevents piss poor performance. And so we take a shower in advance, cute matching braids, adorable, going to the zoo, killing it. So then that way when you get home, you can do what I call the 4 P's, which is you hop in the shower, pits, pussies, put pajamas on, and hit the fucking pillow. Okay? Smart. So we do this, we go to the zoo. We have the best day. We get sweaty. We get disgusting. And I'm like, let's go home. I'm killing it. So we go upstairs, and I'm a girl mom, so I get to shower with my kid, my daughter, for like a little while longer. I don't know when it gets weird. Maybe now. So I try to take my clothes off, and I go to take her clothes off, and she starts losing her goddamn mind. Like she's a worm, and I'm feeding her to a Rex. She's just like, crying so much, like flopping all over the ground, like won't let me touch her. And I'm naked trying to get us in the shower, and I just gave up. So I called my husband in, and I was like, you need to handle this. And so he's trying to calm her down, and she's like, just like flopping all over still. And he's like, baby, what's wrong? She's like, she's still flopping. I'm doing what we promised ourselves, pits, pussies. I'm ready to hit pajamas. She's like, I'm scared of mommy's gina. So this is why I like my OBGYN. This is why she puts the G in OBGYN, because she's not scared of my vagina. But that's been my time. Yay! All right, guys. So let's take it from a 10 to a 15 out of 10, bringing it up, our new comic, Bekah!
What's up, y'all? So my last name is Lemons. That makes me Bekah Lemonds, but the D is silent. Hey. So I moved to Omaha for a travel nurse gig that was 13 weeks long. And I have learned so much about the Midwest. I had never been to the Midwest before. And some of the things I asked people, because I was only going to be here for 13 weeks. And I was like, what is there to do in Nebraska that is specific to Nebraska? Thus was born a Nebraska bucket list. So I've been checking things off this list the whole time. And some of the favorites so far, I went to a Husker game. I tried the cinnamon roll and chili phenomenon. That was so interesting. Went to Runza. Kind of gave me the Runzas, if you know what I mean. But I think the one that takes the cake for authenticity is the Testicle Festival. You cannot make this shit up. It was wild. And then when I decided I was going to stay here, I needed a place to live. And I kept hearing about this Dorothy Lynch. And where I come from, Dolly Parton is like the patron saint of the state of Tennessee, unofficially. So when I was hearing about Dorothy Lynch, I was like, wow, like she must be like the Dolly Parton of Omaha. Like she's probably like really cool and like does really good things for the community. It's a salad dressing. That was a surprise to me. So like I said, when I decided to stay here, I needed a place to live. And some friends of mine were helping me find that. And there was a listing online, and there was a lady whose name's Dorothy, and her last name starts with L. So I've been telling everybody I live with Dorothy Lynch for the last 3 years. I think the best part about that is that I'm in my 30s, and she's in her 60s, and we have matching CPAP machines. Can't say that about everybody. Special. We're actually both nurses, and we like to joke a lot about if you're either having a baby or having a stroke, we got you covered. Just come on over to Dorothy Lynch's house. We'll get you taken care of, honey. Come on over. And I was invited to go tubing down the Elkhorn River. I thought it was going to be like regular tubing, which I had done in Texas. You just stay on your one tube. No, these were all tied together. And I'll tell you that I was on a school bus when we were moving to go to the access point. And my two friends, who were trusted individuals, mind you, in my life, they're like, Bekah, just FYI. We know you're not from around here. We don't want anything bad to happen. But we thought you should know that there's mud sharks in the Nebraska rivers. I was like, mud sharks? Oh, no. What? Like, and I've lived in places where there's dangerous wildlife under the water. So I was like, oh, thanks for telling me, you guys. Like, oh my gosh, like what a relief. And they were like, yeah, so when your butt's in the water, if you feel a little tickle on your butt cheek, just like lift up onto the inner tube for just a little bit so it can swim away. And I was like, done. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I'm so thankful that you told me that. Thank you. So we get to the river and I see people getting on inner tubes, but then I also see these strange circular contraptions. And some of them have picnic tables in them. And people are getting into the circle things to float down the river. And I was like, what is happening over here? Apparently, it's called tanking. And that is a farm area that they use for storing water. They just put it on the river. You just ride it on down. I don't think you can get much more Nebraska than that, you guys. I'm not sure anything else is more Nebraska than that at all. But in addition to being a nurse, I'm also a twin. So there's a dude version of this. Scary, I know. Trust me. Yeah, being a twin, it's very, very interesting. It's wild. But what's more wild than being a twin is being a triplet. And I'm fairly certain that we had a triplet and my brother ate it in utero. Exhibit A. He's the big one. That's him. That's me. Rude. You're supposed to share. We're twins. This was a hard thing to grow from, you guys. So, yeah. I mean, He's a minute older than me, but he contributed a lot to my trauma before I was even born. Because you want to talk about childhood trauma, like try being in a fight for survival with your womb mate. You don't even get a choice. Like, he is pretty smart though, and I love that for him. Yeah, but I am resourceful, and I've thought quite a few times about how I could take all of his money. Listen to this. Our social security numbers, they're only 1 digit different. And I know all the answers to the security questions. I know his mother's maiden name. I know the street he grew up on. I know the name of his first pet. If he had anything to steal, I could take him to the cleaners. It's just really unfortunate that he's broke, so it doesn't even matter. So I guess I'm going to have to keep working in healthcare, even though it's a hot mess, Express. I'm telling ya. Is there any healthcare workers here? No? Just me. Sweet. Awesome. Love that. Well, have you been to the ER before? Yes. Okay. Let me tell you a word of wisdom, okay? You should never trust an ER nurse that doesn't have a messy bun and say the word fuck a lot. That's how you know they know what they're doing. They're seasoned. So if you look into their eyes and you see like emptiness or a broken soul, you got a great ER nurse. They're going to take really good care of you. Really great care of you. Yeah. I got distracted thinking about all the nursing things. I think that's good. I get all of the comedians to come back up on the stage.
Yeah. Come on up, guys. Thank you. One more time for Bekah. And Becca's twin brother. He's not here, but wow. He definitely ate something in the womb. I'm glad it wasn't you. One more time for Mara. Her daughter's scared of her gina, but we're not. Right, anywho. And one more time for Charles. Yes. Is there any acrobatic moves that anyone would like to do before we end the show? You did a nice...
I'm double jointed. I don't know if that counts.
Like in your thumb?
Yeah. Impressive.
How about you, Bekah?
I'm not allowed in the future.
Mara?
Get ready for this.
Oh! Okay, hold this. I'll do one pose. And then we'll end the show. Thank you so much.